Hey, my name's Melissa Griffiths from Bless This Mess, and today we're making a super easy cranberry orange bread. This bread screams the holidays. I always make it through the winter and the cold months. It's so nice to give as a gift. It goes great as a dessert to take to a party. It's also really good in the morning with a cup of tea, just a slice of this really simple bread. So I'm going to show you one of the tricks for this bread, and it is to make an orange sugar. So we're going to zest the oranges right into the bowl, and then when you stir it together, that orange oil and the orange zest really work into the sugar, and it makes it extra good. Like, it adds an extra layer of flavor. You could add the orange zest in at a different time of the recipe, but this way it really infuses into all of the parts of the bread because it's in the sugar. Okay, we're just going to zest it right in. Okay, now stir to combine, and it'll get all that oil worked into the sugar, and it smells so good. And you will end up in this recipe needing more zest than you do orange juice. You'll use a little bit of orange juice in the dough, and then we're going to make a really easy glaze to put on top of it. And so you'll probably have some extra zested orange. Just eat them like normal. You can peel them, you can slice them, you can put them in your smoothie. And they'll keep in the fridge they'll start to dry out a little bit faster than other oranges, so use them within a few days, but if you're not going to use it right away, just stick it in the fridge. It's not going to matter. Okay, so I got my zest really worked into the sugar, and it smells amazing. Then we just add our flour, salt, and baking powder. We're stirring to combine. Okay, and in this measuring cup, I have my buttermilk. We're going to add the vanilla, melted butter, no point in leaving any butter behind, beaten eggs. We're going to stir that up. And here is where we add about a tablespoon of lemon juice. Lemon, why do I keep saying lemon? It's orange juice. This would be really good with lemon though. But this is orange cranberry bread. So that's about a tablespoon. We're going to just add it right to this. We're going to combine this well. Okay, then we're going to add our chopped cranberries. So I love using fresh cranberries. They work great. If you can't find them, I can generally find frozen cranberries and let them thaw just a little bit so you can chop them up. And people often ask if they can use dried cranberries, and it's definitely not preferred. If you can find fresh or frozen, it's much better because they aren't sweetened, and they just have this really nice texture. They just have this little pop of tart in a sweet bread. But if worst case scenario, you can only find dried cranberries, they're fine to use too. And then when it's combined, just going to put this in a loaf pan. You can put it in a lot of things. You can do traditional loaf pan, a tea loaf pan, which is a long skinny one. You can do mini loaf pans, you can do muffins. All of those cooking times are on my site if you need them. We're just going to add it, and it takes a long time to bake. So it is going to bake for an hour and 10 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. And if the top starts to get too dark, you can cover it lightly with foil just so that the top doesn't brown too much. But it will need to cook that long to cook through in the center. So we're just going to put it in the oven. We're going to spread out that top. That's it. Not any harder than making a loaf of banana bread. There you are. Okay, I'm going to put that in the oven. But while we're here, we are going to make the glaze. It has a cup of powdered sugar, and then we're just going to do some orange juice and orange zest. That's all that it is. It's really a nice light glaze. And then when that comes out, we'll put it on, and it's so good. You don't have to add it, but it definitely makes it a dessert. If you want this more of like a breakfast bread, you can leave it off. I think that the texture is really nice though. So we're just gonna combine that until it makes like a thin glaze. And it's a nice cherry color because you're making it with orange juice. There. That's all for that. We're going to use it in a minute. I'm going to let this bake. Okay, this is a tea loaf. Actually, my other loaf is still baking. I made 2 loaves today. We're gonna share one with a friend. So here's my simple glaze. This has probably been out of the oven 30 minutes. I like to put the glaze on while it's warm, but it's also nice to let it rest a little bit or it'll stick in your pan. Look how perfect that is. There you have it. Easy to like, easy to share.